Hey everybody, welcome back to the IHC Craft Room. I'm so excited to be here with you today for this bonus live, which is live number 20 of the Holiday How-To series. Can you believe we've already done 20 different projects for Christmas? Seriously, it's unbelievable, and I'm the one who's doing all of them, and I'm still not. I can't believe it. Anyway. Today's project is super fun. We're going to make these beautiful little angels, and I can't wait to get into it with you. So if you're going to be crafting along, grab some Deco Mesh, a hot glue gun, a pair of scissors. Oh my God, I didn't turn on my hot glue gun. Let's do that right now. A pair of scissors and a ruler, and, get your stuff together. But if you're here just to chill and chat, get comfy, grab something delicious to drink, because we're going to have a great time. I'm really excited. Okay. So this is what the end result is going to be. I made a bunch of these last year, and I do have a step-by-step tutorial on that you can find. Mary from the future will connect that up here if you're interested in watching it. But we're going to make it live today, so let's have a good time. I just wanted to show you all of the stuff, but we're going to move this all out of the way because ultimately what you need is some Deco Mesh and a color palette. And I have a bunch of half-finished Deco Mesh rolls in every color you can think of in here. And we're going to make a bunch. We're going to make a bunch of different ones because these don't take super long to make. So let's get a little clear path over here so that we can chat about all the fun stuff. So we're going to start off by making the smaller sized ones, and then we'll come back and make a bigger one as well, because you really can make these out of any size of Deco Mesh. All you need to know is you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Let's move you out of the way. See you later. Thank you for coming by. And we're going to do a little bit of Deco Mesh math. Okay. So what we're going to need is 3 pieces of Deco Mesh for the wings, 3 pieces for the body, and 3 pieces of ribbon for a dress. Then we're going to use them all to make the beautiful angel. All of the pieces of Deco Mesh should be cut square. So what that means is if you've got yourself a piece of Deco Mesh like this, I believe these are 6 inches, just over 6.5, close to almost 7. So basically all we're going to do is cut the exact same in length as we have in width so that we've got ourselves a square. And then we're going to make ourselves an angel out of that. So we're going to need 6 in total, and we're going to get started right now. I'm so excited. It's embarrassing how excited I am because we're going to make a beautiful pink one first because I want to. So I'm going to do pink and white. So the wings will be white and the body will be pink. And then we're going to use some kind of pretty ribbon. I have an embarrassing amount of ribbon sitting off to the side over here. And you can see I have a few cut out here. I had cut these for a different project and I never used them. And I thought, hey, you never know. This is why we keep all of our odds and ends, right? Okay, so let's start with this one. We are going to need a couple of paperweights or something. I'm going to use these paperweights. These are dot painted that I made them last year. I love them. They're super pretty. And I did a tutorial on each of these. So if you're interested in making one of these for yourself, Mary from the future is going to put them up in the corner. So this one first, and then in a few minutes, I'll put this one up as well. So keep that in mind. If you're interested and you want to learn how to make these beautiful dotted stones, I have a tutorial for that. And it's super simple. Okay. Oh, Mary from the future, let's do the red one now before we get started on the angels. Okay, here we go. So like I said, this one is about 6 inches, right? So I'm going to cut the janky end off because who needs that? I actually have, I remember to bring my rolling knife out today. Okay, so let's use that just to kind of make it. Beautiful. All right. So, like I said, we're going to need 3 of each color. So 3 for the wings, 3 for the body. And since I want the body to be pink, we're going to do 3 right now. So what did I say? I need 6 inches. So I'm starting at the number 1, so I'll go up to number 7. So right here. Now, does it matter if it's perfect? No, it does not matter. Also, you'll notice in all of my tutorials, I'm not really one for perfection. I like the little mess ups. I like the little mistakes. I think they give everything character. It's what shows everything to be handmade. So don't stress. If it's not perfect, no one's going to cry about it, okay? Besides, you won't notice the difference. This is just so that you get an easy way to make your wings, your beautiful angel wings. And in this case, the bode. Don't worry, it's going to be super simple. I'll show you. All right, so we got 3 pink. My glue gun is gluing over here in the corner. It's melting. I just saw a glob of glue land on my table. So let me clean that up real quick. Okay, we got it. Everything's fine. Don't worry. I'm going to put a little piece of parchment paper under there. If I can find one. All right, paper towel will work just as well. Okay, keep our glue gun ready. So we've got 3 pieces of pink. Let's get our 3 pieces of white. Oh boy, this couldn't be more janky. Look at that. Look at that angle. Good Lord. Mary from the past was not interested in caring. So we'll fix that real quick. Thank you. Okay, so this is the same size. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up to the number 7 over here. I can see that this roll of Deco Mesh is very stringy on the ends, which is going to be a bit frustrating. However, if you're going to work with Deco Mesh, you're going to have to learn to accept flyaways. There are ways to minimize them, absolutely. Wow, this is crazy. Look at that. There's definitely ways to minimize this pull, this Deco Mesh pulling. But then there's situations like this one. I literally just unrolled it and all of that was like that, right? So it's not something I did to it. But that's Deco Mesh. If you want the joy of all the color and the versatility of Deco Mesh, then you're going to have to live with the stray pieces. But it's fine. All right. We're there. We're at 3 pieces of each. Now for this one, we're going to be using a pipe cleaner. Let's move this out of the way real quick. You guys too. Okay, we're going to be using a white pipe cleaner for this one. I'm going to need a couple. I'll need one for the body, and then we're going to use one for the halo. You hear me ruckusing over here on the side? That's me going through my pipe cleaner collection, which is embarrassingly large and noisy. So we're going to get a pink one out too, because we're going to use that for the halo. Very good. Okay. So here's how you make your angel's wings. What you're going to do is take this piece of square Deco Mesh that we cut so perfectly. We're going to turn it sideways like a diamond. And then we're going to use this paperweight to pull it here and this paperweight to pull it here. And we'll make this elongated. And then we'll fold these pieces into the center just like that, a little diamond. Okay. And from there, we're going to give this a good little scrunch. Scrunch, 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 scrunch. Right in the center. And pull these off. And look at that. We just made our first set of angel wings. Cute, right? Okay, I'm going to use a clothespin to hold this closed. You could probably hold it with your fingers if you want to, but I get cramps in my hands really easily, so I try to avoid things like that. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing to literally all the other pieces. Turn it into a diamond, pull it taut, put those ends in the center, and then scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And there we go, wing number 2. I told you this is going to be fast. This is a super fast craft and absolutely something you can do with your kids for fun. If you want to do some kind of project while they're home, this is a great one for that. because the hot glue involvement is minimal. So they can do a whole bunch of this without any support from an adult. All right, so we've got our 3 angel wings ready. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to do the same with the body, like the dress, the outfit. Actually, this is not the outfit. This is the body. So again, we're going to turn our square into a diamond, put our paperweights on either side, give them a pull, and then we're going to tuck these in and scrunch in the center. I love how that comes out. It's just so perfect every time and so simple. Now, if you don't have these beautiful art stones at home, don't forget you can make them. I'll teach you how. But you can totally use something else, like a pair of scissors, a stapler, just something with a little bit of heft to hold it down for you like this and to give you the opportunity to stretch them in this way. And then we're just going to fold them into the center, give it a good scrunch. Like, do you see how fast we're flying through this? We're going to get so many of these done today. It's going to be a scream. It's going to be a scream. All right. Okay. So we've got our 6 pieces ready. So I'm going to use the white pipe cleaner. And I'm going to make sure I get all 6 of these, and we want to get right in the center. So holding it closed and having a look at it is a great way to make sure you're at the center point. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this a good twist. Actually, I want this the other way. What I mean by that is I want to twist so that the white's on top and the pink is on the bottom. That doesn't mean we can't move it around, but it'll make me feel better to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to give this a couple of twists, just like that. Okay, so they're ready. Now we're going to separate the wings from the body. And the way we're going to do that is real simple. Just grab your white, put them upwards, the pink down, and slide your finger in between. And we'll do the same with this. And then we're going to tuck the body down. We're going to pull it straight down like this. So now we've got our angel wings up and the body is down. And we're going to take another pipe cleaner. And we're going to tie that's about an inch or so down from there. We'll tie these down to each other, just like that. Now, I could have cut these pipe cleaners in half, and for the next one I will. I hadn't thought about that. This is overkill on the pipe cleaners. Okay, so there, we have our body ready to go. Actually, I'm going to slide this up a little bit. It's a little low for my taste. Let me just undo it. Because I really do want the bottom of the outfit to kind of stick up. Basically, this part is the body. This is where we're going to attach everything to. This little nub in here. Okay, there we go. Woo! Okay. I am not going to need these for anything. So I'm going to tie them to each other just to tighten this up a little bit in the back. And then I'm going to cut this excess off because I don't need it. All right. There we go. Beautiful. So we got a couple more steps for this. Now, the first thing we need to do is decide what kind of a dress we're going to put on this beautiful angel of ours. Now, I could do a white dress. I have this really pink. Nah, I don't like that. It's a different pink. I think we'll do a white dress on this one. I've got this. I've got this glittery white one that I had that I used last night on a cross that I made out of Christmas trees, which if you're interested in learning how to make that, it's a beautiful wreath. It came out stunning and that bow was ginormous. Mary from the future will put that replay up in the corner for you over here. Okay, so what do we want to use for the dress? I'm not feeling this color. They're not really matching each other, even though they're both pinks. It's not enough same for me. So I think we're going to use this really pretty white flowered ribbon, which I've never managed to use before. So we're going to use it right now. even though I managed to lose the end of it somehow. Okay, so what we want, this is going to be the dress, and we want it to run the length of from the very top where we've attached our wings to about here. So basically we're using it to cover up this body section. And that means you want it to be roughly the right length. I prefer to cut a little long so that I don't have to worry. I don't want to throw away a whole piece, right? I can always trim this down. Okay. Now, in theory, we could use one piece and that would be fine, but I'm going to use at least two. I normally do three because it gives it a nice flare. Again, I grabbed the smallest scissors I own just to irritate myself. I don't like that there's a ruffle in here. We'll have to put that in the back. Okay, great. Let's move you off to the side. Now, these pieces of white pipe cleaner that I put aside, I'm going to actually use one of them now. So these, they're different sizes. I did not do a good job cutting them. That's okay. Basically, what we're going to do is slightly overlap them like this. Okay? And then we'll gather the top together. We're going to do a scrunch, 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 scrunch. And I'm going to use a small pipe cleaner to tie them together. Okay. Nice. Okay, great. Now, they are nicely tied together. I'm not going to need this excess, so that I can skedaddle. And now I'm going to fishtail the bottoms or dovetail the bottoms because I love the way that looks, which if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm sure I have said that every single time because I really do love the way it looks. No lies told here, okay? So we're going to do that to all three pieces. I mean, you could have totally done it before bundling them together, whatever blows your hair back. This will work just as well. Oh, look at how janky that came out. Do you see that? Can you see how not V-shaped that is? That's because I cut it without it being fully folded properly. Okay, let's correct that because I don't like that at all. I want a proper V. Because what's the point if you're not? Oh no, those scissors are gonna bother me. Let's do these ones. There we go, we fixed it. Still not the best V I've ever done, but it'll do. It will do just fine. All right. You guys get out of here. So now we have our pretty little dress. Okay. What do you think? Cute, right? I feel like it's a little long for me, so I'm actually going to trim this down a little bit more. I want you to be able to see the pink. You don't want it to just be all white dress, right? Got to show a little bit of leg. Little angel leg. Oh, that sounds bad. Just going to stop that whole conversation. Okay, I'm going to cut off about that much. Hopefully it won't be too much. This one was already pretty short. This one in the middle. Oop, but I'm going to cut it again anyway. So this goes to show you that I can definitely lowball the amount of ribbon I'm going to use for the next one by quite a lot. All right, let's see now. Oh, and also I didn't mention that these are all wired ribbons. I really don't use any ribbon that's not wired. There we go. Look how pretty. That looks so cute. Okay, so we are ready to put this all together now. I just got to get her head. And we're going to have to figure out what we're going to put to cover this, because I do have these little mini bows, but they're red and I'm not feeling the pink and red. So I have a bunch of other little things over here that we can try. But first, let's go ahead and glue this down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here where the pipe cleaner is. And actually, I'll put it right on the angel itself. Right where that pipe cleaner is, right in the center. And then we're just going to place this right over top of it. Beautiful. And just hold it in place until it... Hot glue really does adhere pretty quickly. It's not a permanent bond right away, but enough that you can like take your finger off of it. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Now, the top of this dress is a little bit over the top. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not a big fan of that. I might trim that off. We'll see. Mary, why aren't you using your finger protectors instead of burning your thumb? Oh, girl. Okay. Now, we need a head for this. Well, I have a couple of options. I have silver glitter head. The shiny silver, which is what I normally lean towards. Or I have these white ones, which I never had before. They're white glitter. I got this whole little set at Dollarama for $3.50, which is more than I wanted to spend, but it was impossible to find white ornaments this year. So I'm going to grab one of these out of here just so we can see. We'll do a little comparison and decide what we like. Wow, that opened much easier than expected. Okay. We'll do one of each. Now this one is silver, and then there's like a gold version over here as well. You know what? I'm going to cut this because it's going to aggravate me. And I'm not putting the balls back in, that's for sure. So we don't need that extra bit anyway. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got a bunch of options here. Let's decide. Do we want white? Do we want silver shiny? Or do we want silver glittery? Oh, I'm kind of between these two. The white's a little too white for me. I think I'm going to go with the white, with this silver, the shiny silver. So I'm going to take the end off of it. Anytime I work with these round ornaments, I'm almost always decapitating them. So I'm just going to cut the neck off of this right here. I'm using wire cutters, but you could totally use scissors and a little bit of elbow grease and you'll get there just as well. And we're going to glue this ball to the top here, right in the center, right where that pipe cleaner is. But I really don't like this little piece over here. So I'm going to try to cut this off a little bit. It's not a big deal. I could totally leave it, but welcome to the IHC craft room. I'm Mary and I'm extra. So that's how we go. That's how we do. But that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue right here in the center. And we're going to put this right there. And give it, oh shoot. I put it with the hole facing out, which I did not want to do. All right. And we're just going to hold it in place for a few seconds. We're almost done this one already. So what'd that take? About a half an hour, let's say. We're about 25 minutes in right now. By the time we finish off, we should be around. But like, come on, how cute is this? Get out of here. Okay, so now we need to put something to cover this little bit here. Now, as I mentioned, I would normally use a bow, but I don't want to use a pink bow on there. So I have a couple of options. I have some snowflakes. I have these cute little snowflakes. I have these ones that are just completely plain. Or I have these ones that have a little bit of star, like a silver star in the center of it. That one's off center. How about you? Now keep in mind, I could always put a jewel, like a rhinestone there, and then put that there. That would look really cute. You know what? I might do that. I like that idea. Let me grab my rhinestones that I was not planning on using. So they are not close to me. I've got these guys. There's a cute pink in there somewhere. I don't want just white. Do I have any other pink? Let's see. Let's see. No, I think that's going to do. Oh, wait, I have these. Ooh, these are going to do very well. Okay, great. Yippee! Not the clear ones. Do we want to do round, square, or heart-shaped? Oh my God, heart-shaped for real. Get out of here. We're totally going to do heart-shaped. A pink heart? I'm all for it. Okay, let's move you aside for a second. We got to work on your, I don't know what you're going to call this. A brooch? We'll call this a brooch. How does this open? Why is this so fancy? Guys, I have all of 30 seconds of patience for this. So if you're not going to, no? Okay. We're ripping you out. Not even 30 seconds of patience. Beautiful. Okay. Let's put. Yeah, that's going to look great. But I want to put a drop of glue. Oh, Mary, your fingers. Watch your fingers. Oh. I immediately put the glue all over my hands. Immediately. Ay, mamata. I hope I didn't burn my finger now. It's like burning your tongue on the first spoonful of soup. And then the rest of your bowl of soup is just agony and delicious all at the same time. Okay, I don't have the patience to fix this right now, so I'll put that aside. And I'm going to do what I was supposed to do in the first place, which I know to do, and for some reason I didn't do it. We're going to put the glue on the snowflake and not be so asinine. And then I'm going to put the jewel on top. Because that's what you do when you're a smart lady, not a dummy. Get out of here. How cute does that look? Boop. Love it. Love it. Super cute. And now... Oh, where did it go? I had a glue string stuck to it and I... Wow, this is like a cursed snowflake. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to make you. I'm still going to use you. All right, here we go. I would say this is nice and glued down now. Nice and solid. That's so cute. Okay. So I'm going to put this so that the top of this snowflake kind of comes up a little bit on the head. It'll look great. And again, we're just doing this to cover up this piece where we attached. So you can use anything you want. It doesn't have to be, it can be anything. It could be a bell. I have some bells here as well. If I had a bigger jewel, just the jewel would be fine. All right. Guys, we're doing great here. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the halo. We got to make a halo for our angel. So I have this really pretty pink. Let's see. I used to have some iridescent. What do we got here? I've got plain white. I've got a bunch of silver. Oh, I think I see an iridescent one in here. Boo! You thought you could hide from me, but you cannot. So we're going to do pink and iridescent white. I think that's going to look pretty. because that'll work. There's that iridescent, I don't know if you can see it, that shimmer that goes right through the edges right there. So that's going to work perfectly together. Okay, so what we're going to do is just put these two pipe cleaners together and give them a twist until your hands are going to fall off. Because basically we just want both of these to twist around each other really, really well, so that you can get an even look at each of these, no matter where you look at the halo. That's great. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. I'm not going to need it all. And maybe I won't go all the way. We'll stop around here. Okay. So next what we're going to do is take one of these balls, which I have here. What did I just throw on the floor? Man, I'm a disaster today. Okay. I'm going to take this ball, which is the same size as the head of this angel here, and we're going to wrap it around so that we get the right size for the halo. I think this matters. It doesn't, but I think it matters because when you look at the halo, it's going to look appropriately sized for the head of the angel. Again, does that matter? To me, it does. Okay, so twist that in place. Beauty. Now, the rest of this, I am going to continue to twist. See, I did need to twist it all. Maybe not all of it, but a good portion of it. And what we're going to do is bend this forward. So now that it's straight, you can see. Boing. When it's straight like that, then we're going to bend it down just like that at a 90-degree angle. But get out of here. How cute does that look? Okay. And then I'm going to cut some of the bottom off because I won't need this whole thing. And now what we're going to do is glue this to the back, right down the back here. Let's make sure we have it sticking up enough so that you can see it really well. Gosh, how cute are you? Hi, cutie girl. Ugh, I love it. Okay, let's glue this down. So what we're going to do is just put a line of glue right down the back of the ornament and some of the back there. Just enough so that, oh, finger protectors, come to me. This is where you really want to use your finger protectors. Now, I want it to be at least an inch above the head. So this is a perfect spot. I'm going to push this down real well. Remember, this is a pipe cleaner. So once it's glued down, if it's a little crooked, don't worry. We can always fix it and bend it in the direction we want. Okay. Now, I have used these little mini and the larger ones for a number of different things. You can use them for general decor